something that you might want to have a quick think about before you go out joining bands and responding to adverts and stuff is what type of band that you're interested in joining. Now, I don't mean what style of music, so I don't mean sort of like pop music, R&B, heavy metal, blues. The style of music, you'll probably already have your favourite style of music to begin with when you start to learn your instrument and the sort of things that you listen to on your when you're listening to music. In terms of what type of band, I'm going to break it down into, there's three basic different types of bands. Sometimes a little bit of crossover, but there's three types of bands that you might come across quite commonly. First type is an original band. Now, that's a band that plays original music that they've written themselves, composed themselves. Either one of the band will be the main songwriting person, and the other people will just play what they're told to play, or they'll all contribute towards the songwriting, contribute ideas, bounce off each other and share their ideas and craft the songs together between themselves. But there will be songs that you will not have heard unless you're familiar with that band. So most of the famous bands, the successful bands, they're original bands, they write their own songs, and they're songs that are unique to that band. So that's an original band. Secondly, a covers band is a band that plays songs that have been written by other bands. So your set, or your set list, which is the songs that you play, might consist of 10 songs. Each one was written by another band. So you might have a song by Ed Sheeran, then a song by Linkin Park, then a song by Metallica, then a song by whoever. But someone else has written the songs, and your job in that band is to learn those songs and play them when you rehearse or when you go out gigging or whatever else you're going to do with them. Finally, the third option is, and this is not very common, it's a tribute band. It's like a covers band, but you play only songs by one band. So, for example, if you were a Ed Sheeran tribute band, you would only play Ed Sheeran songs. Your full set list would be Ed Sheeran songs. Not many bands do this, because to do it well, you've got to be quite well practiced, and not only the music side of things. A lot of the tribute bands that I've seen, they tend to want to try and get the look correct as well, so that they kind of replicate or emulate the look or how the original musicians present themselves. So it might well be that you might be able to play all the stuff by Ed Sheeran or by Linkin Park or whoever, but if you don't look like that particular band member, you might struggle getting involved in a tribute band that try and go out and be as close and as similar as possible to the original act. So they're the main three different types of bands that you might come across. There's a bit of crossover there. A lot of original bands will include cover songs in the set list, maybe one or two or three cover songs that are popular or they've put a different slant on and do quite well. You might get a covers band that are used to playing mainly other people's music, but as they've evolved and progressed, they might have been messing around in the rehearsals and started developing their own songs and introducing those into the set list when they're playing the gigs and the shows. So the lines aren't solid lines in black and white, absolutely, but they are really the main three types. So just to be aware of that. And you might also find that, as I did, I started off playing in a covers band. When I first joined a band, we were only playing other people's music. In fact, I think the first two bands that I joined were covers bands, and that was great for me because I was inexperienced, so I could just focus on learning songs, and I knew I could get them right because I could listen to the original and know it was right without having to worry about songwriting and composing my own songs. And then over time, I joined other bands which were playing original songs, and if you joined a band, an original band to begin with, they might have 10, 20, 30, 100 songs, already written. So then if you're joining as a new band member, your task, your challenge is to learn their songs so that you can play along with them and take part with them. And then eventually the next step from there is once you get used to each other as musicians and you learn how to work together, then you can start composing and contributing your own ideas into the songs, and or even writing your own songs and turning up at rehearsal and saying, oh yeah, I did this, I put this together this week, what do you think, guys or girls? And they might turn around and say, oh yeah, that's brilliant, we'll play that next show. They might turn around and say, oh no, that's a load of rubbish, forget about it. Or they might turn around and say, well, I like that bit, but I don't like that bit, we'll change that, and that's how it tends to work. So those are the main three different types of bands that you might come across. But whichever one you try and get involved with or choose to play with, enjoy.